Good morning, Castle Heights students, and happy Wednesday. Also, happy first day of April. So, today we're going to take a little bit of a look at solving systems by substitution. So, some of you might remember this from before, some of you might be looking at it and say, oh, I need a little bit of a refresher on it. So, we're going to take our 5 steps we have up here and we're going to go through these 3 examples. So, when we're solving systems, we're going to use this form today of substitution. So we're substituting one number in where a letter is. So for this first one, I'm just going to walk through all these steps. So I have step 1, circle what you're going to substitute. So up here I have y equals 6x, and then I have 2x plus 3y equals negative 20. So up here I have y equals 6x. So what this is telling me is that y is the same as 6x, right? They're equal to each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute this 6x in somewhere. So if I look down at this equation, this is where I'm going to substitute that 6x in. So I have y equals. So I'm going to draw an arrow to where it will go. Well, if y and 6x are the same thing, I'm going to change that y right there. So what my new equation is going to look like is 2x plus 3 times 6x equals negative 20. So now we have all variables that look exactly the same, which is our goal. So now all we're going to do is just simply solve for x. So I'm going to start by doing the 3 times the 6. That's going to give me 2x plus 18x equals negative 20. Still just trying to get x completely by itself on the left. Now we're going to combine like terms. So we're going to take this 2x plus the 18x, which is going to give us 20x equals negative 20. Now to get the x completely by itself, we're just going to divide both sides by 20. So I'm going to divide this by 20 and this side by 20, which then gives us our answer of x equals negative 1. So we substituted stuff in, we wrote the new equation, we solved for x. We need to now find x and y and write them as an ordered pair. So now we have our x, which is great. Now we need to take this negative 1 and find out what our y is. So when I substitute this in, I tend to pick the easier of the 2 equations. It really doesn't matter which one you pick. I just tend to stick to the smaller one. So I'm going to take this y equals 6x as my new equation. I'm going to take this negative 1 and plug it right in here where this x is. So I have y equals 6 times negative 1. Just solving for y, 6 times negative 1 is negative 6. So now we have our x value and our y value. All we need to do is write them as an ordered pair. So the x's come first. So the solution is negative 1, negative 6. So this right here, the solution is negative 1, negative 6, is your final answer. Ordered pair is also just fine. I just like to write out that the solution is that. Slide my whiteboard over a little bit. Okay, so now we have this one down here. So now we have x equals 2y plus 7, and we have x equals y plus 4. So now we're going to look at which one we want to substitute in. Me personally, I'm going to substitute all of this in. I'm going to take this whole bottom part, just because I think it's easier taking y plus 4 than taking 2 times y plus 7. And it's saying that x equals y plus 4. So I'm going to substitute this y plus 4 in for that x right there. So my new equation is going to look like this. I'm going to have y plus 4 equals this 2y plus 7. Now all we want to do is get y on one side completely by itself. So I'm going to subtract this y from both sides. And really that y has a 1 in front of it, so I have 2 minus 1. These cancel out. I have 4 equals y plus 7. Still need to get this y by itself, so I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. cancel. Now I'm left with -3 equals y. Or y equals -3, right? Same thing, just written flip-flopped. So now I have what my y equals. Now I'm going to take this y and plug it into one of these equations to find out our x value. Again, I'm going to pick the easier of the two equations, so I'm going to pick this bottom one because we have x equals y plus 4. So I have x. I'm going to plug in my -3 where the y is, -3 plus 4. Now I'm simply just solving -3 plus 4, which is +1. Now we have our x value and our answer. So we have the solution is 1, right? Writing it as an ordered pair, comma, -3. So that is how you do the second one. Last and most certainly not least, we have x equals 5, and then we have 3x plus 2y equals 21. So looking at it, we're going to pick the smaller of the two equations. I'm going to pick this x plus 5, and this 5 is what I'm going to be substituting in. So I'm going to take this 5 and I'm going to plug it in right here, because x equals 5. So this x needs to be a 5. So I'm going to do 3 times 5 plus 2y equals 21. So for this one, all I'm simply doing right now is just solving this equation for y. I want to get y completely by itself. So I'm going to start by doing the 3 times the 15, or 3 times the 5, which gives us 15, plus 2y equals 21. Again, I want to get the 15 completely by itself, the y completely by itself. I want to subtract 15 from both sides. This is going to cancel, leaving us with 2y equals 6 over here. Last step to get that y completely by itself, we're going to divide both sides by 2, and it'll give us y equals 3. So now we found our y value, which is 3. And for this one's nice. We don't have to plug in y anywhere because we already know right here that x equals 5. So they gave us part of our answer for us. So now it's as simple as saying the solution is written as ordered pair 5, 3. Hope this helped everybody out, and if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm around all day. Have a great day, guys. Bye.